A fresh start. Miley, a famous chef, returns to her hometown after a public breakup with her ex-partner. She wants to revive her parents' closed-down restaurant and start anew. However, the building has been neglected for 20 years, and Miley needs a major renovation. Dale Miller, a hard-edged contractor, agrees to take on the project, but after a spring storm causes significant damage, Dale offers Miley a deal. Is it a price Miley is willing to pay? The first meeting between Dale and Miley almost ends before it starts. Dale arrives late, and Miley is not pleased. Dale apologizes, but Miley is skeptical since she expects punctuality from her business partners. Dale reveals that she doesn't usually schedule early appointments because she doesn't like talking to people at that hour. Miley finds this amusing and laughs. Dale's son, who knows the business hours well, promised to accommodate Miley's schedule, but Dale thinks Miley's schedule is more crucial than hers. Dale gets angry and wants to leave, but Miley stops her. Miley apologizes for getting off on the wrong foot, explaining that she's faced rudeness from people who didn't expect her because she's not what they expected. Dale relents, and they continue the meeting. Dale agrees to take on Miley's renovation project, but after a storm causes significant damage, Dale offers Miley a deal. Miley is hesitant, but she accepts. Dale's offer comes with a price, but Miley is willing to pay it to get her restaurant back in business. Throughout the renovation process, Miley and Dale grow closer, and Miley begins to develop feelings for Dale. However, she keeps her feelings to herself, not wanting to jeopardize their professional relationship. As the renovation nears completion, Miley musters the courage to tell Dale how she feels. Dale is surprised but happy, and they start a romantic relationship. The renovated restaurant becomes a huge success, and Miley and Dale's relationship blossoms. They realize that they are perfect for each other and decide to take their relationship to the next level. Miley's fresh start in her hometown has led to a new beginning in her personal life as well. The story doesn't include any sensual details, but despite their newfound romance, Miley and Dale faced some challenges in their professional relationship. Dale was a stickler for deadlines, and Miley had a tendency to procrastinate. This led to some heated arguments, but they learned to compromise and work together to ensure the renovation was completed on time. As the restaurant's grand opening approached, Miley and Dale put in long hours to prepare for the event. They invited their friends and family to celebrate the occasion, and the turnout was overwhelming. The restaurant was a huge success, and Miley was grateful for Dale's hard work and dedication. As the night wore on, Miley and Dale found themselves alone in the kitchen, surrounded by dirty dishes and half-empty bottles of wine. They looked at each other, and without a word, they shared a passionate kiss. Their relationship had evolved from a professional one to a romantic one, and they couldn't deny their feelings any longer. Over the next few weeks, Miley and Dale's relationship blossomed. They went on dates, explored the town, and spent time together in the restaurant. They both realized that they had found something special in each other, and they wanted to make it work. However, there were still some obstacles in their way. Dale's ex-wife, who owned a rival restaurant, was not happy about their relationship. She spread rumors and tried to sabotage their business, but Miley and Dale refused to let her get the best of them. They worked harder than ever, and they proved that their love was stronger than any petty feud. In the end, Miley and Dale's love story had a happy ending. They got married in the restaurant, surrounded by their friends and family. The restaurant continued to thrive, and Miley and Dale's love for each other only grew stronger with each passing day. They had both found a fresh start, both personally and professionally, and they were grateful for the second chance they had been given. After their wedding, Miley and Dale took a well-deserved honeymoon to a secluded cabin in the woods. They spent their days hiking, fishing, and just enjoying each other's company. It was a much-needed break from the hustle and bustle of the restaurant and the town. When they returned, they faced a new challenge. A rival restaurant had opened up, and it was quickly gaining popularity. Mai and Dale knew they had to step up their game if they wanted to stay in business. They came up with a new menu, added some new decorations, and started offering live music on weekends. It was a hit, and the restaurant was once again packed with customers. As their business continued to thrive, Mai and Dale also faced some personal challenges. They both had demanding jobs, and it was sometimes difficult to find time for each other. They learned to prioritize their relationship and make time for each other, even if it meant sacrificing some sleep or work hours. One day, Dale came to Mai with some surprising news. She had been offered a job in a different state, and she had to decide whether to take it or stay in their small town. Mai was heartbroken. She loved Dale more than anything, but she also knew how important Dale's career was to her. They spent hours discussing the pros and cons of the offer, and in the end, Dale decided to stay. Mai was overjoyed. She knew that their love was stronger than any job offer, and she was grateful that Dale had chosen to stay with her. They continued to work hard, both in their personal and professional lives, and they knew that they had each other's backs, no matter what. Years went by, and Mai and Dale's love continued to grow. They celebrated many milestones together, from the birth of their first child to the expansion of their restaurant. They were both proud of what they had accomplished, and they knew that they had each other to thank for their success. In the end, Mai and Dale's love story was a testament to the power of hard work, dedication, and love. They had both found a fresh start, both personally and professionally, and they were grateful for the second chance they had been given. Their love was a beacon of hope, not just for their small town, but for anyone who believed in the power. As Mai and Dale's family grew, so did their business. They expanded the restaurant to accommodate more customers, and they hired a team of talented chefs and waitstaff to help them run the place. They also started catering events, both in their town and in nearby cities. But their success didn't come without challenges. They faced some setbacks, like a fire that damaged the kitchen and a health scare that forced Mai to take a break from the restaurant. But they always managed to bounce back, stronger and more determined than ever. As their children grew older, Mai and Dale also faced some new challenges. They had to balance their professional and personal lives, and they had to make sure that their children didn't suffer because of their demanding jobs. They learned to prioritize their family, both by spending more time with their children and by involving them in the business. One day, Mai's daughter came to her with a proposal. She wanted to start a food truck, selling her mother's famous dishes in the nearby cities. Mai was hesitant at first, but she soon realized that this was a great opportunity for her daughter. She agreed, and the food truck quickly became a hit. Mai and Dale's business continued to grow, and they were both proud of what they had accomplished. They had not only built a successful restaurant, but also a thriving community around it. They were respected members of their town, and they were grateful for the support they had received from their friends and neighbors. As they celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary, Mai and Dale looked back on their journey together. They had faced many challenges, but they had always come out on top. They knew that their love had been the key to their success, and they were grateful for the second chance they had been given. As they raised a toast to their love and their family, Mai and Dale knew that they had found a fresh start, both personally and professionally, and they were grateful for the second chance they had been given. Their love had not only transformed their lives but also the lives of those around them, and they knew that they had a bright future ahead of them. As Mai and Dale's business continued to thrive, they also faced some new challenges. The town they once loved had started to change. New businesses had opened up, and the town had become a hub for tourism. This meant that the competition in the restaurant industry had increased, and Mai and Dale had to work harder than ever to stay ahead. Mai and Dale decided to take matters into their own hands. They came up with a new marketing strategy, focusing on their unique selling points. They started offering cooking classes, wine tastings, and even a cooking competition for locals. These events were a huge success, and they helped to attract more customers to the restaurant. But their success didn't come without a cost. Mai and Dale found themselves working longer hours, and they struggled to find a work-life balance. They realized that they needed to prioritize their family and their health, and they started to make some changes. They hired a team of managers to help them run the restaurant, giving them more time to spend with their children and each other. They also started to take better care of their health, eating healthier food and exercising more. They realized that they couldn't keep sacrificing their own well-being for the sake of their business. As they approached their 30th wedding anniversary, Mai and Dale looked back on their journey together. They had faced many challenges, but they had always come out on top. They knew that their love had been the key to their success, but they also realized that their family and their health were just as important. As they celebrated their anniversary, Mai and Dale made a vow to each other. They promised to continue working hard, both in their personal and professional lives, but they also promised to prioritize their family and their health. They knew that they had a bright future ahead of them, and they were grateful for the second chance they had been given. As they raised a toast to their love, Mai and Dale knew that they had found a fresh start, both personally and professionally, and they were grateful for the second chance they had been given. Their love had not only transformed their lives but also the lives of those around them, and they knew that they had a bright future ahead of them. They were ready to face whatever challenges came their way, knowing that they had each other's backs, and they were ready to take on the world, one dish at a time.